Good morning, children. This is Shival sir speaking. In previous video, we had a discussion on exercise 3.2 and exercise 3.3, in which we had completed. We understood about some properties of parallelograms, how parallelograms are different from other quadrilaterals and all. That I had discussed in that particular video. So today we are going to deal with some more questions of exercise 3.3, in which some diagrams, some figures are been drawn, and we have to find the values of these unknown angles. I drew some figures on my copy. Here are the figures. Like as we can see in this particular figure, the like quadrilateral has got. This parallelogram has got some unknown angles. These are x, y, and z. So we have only the measure of one angle is given, that is 30 degree, and rest of the angles we have to find. So children, here are some properties which we need to understand about it. That is, in this particular figure, the measure of this angle is x. This angle is x, and this angle is 30. Here are the two diagonals. Here are the two diagonals are bisecting. They are perpendicular on each other. So here is the angle that is 90 degree. So of course, as we know by the properties of vertically opposite angles, that if this angle is 90, so measure of x must be 90. If the measure of this angle is 90, the measure of x will be 90 only. So now, as we can see that this particular angle x is 90, this angle is 30. This angle is 30, and here we can see there is a small triangle. There is a small triangle. So of course, if you want to get the value of y, just simply add 90 and 30, that is 120, and subtract it from 180 degree, because as we know, sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degrees. Sum of all the angles of a triangle is 180 degree. So naturally, the value of this angle is 90. So x will be 90, and the measure of this angle is 30 degrees. So naturally, as we can see, here is one triangle has been formed. Here a triangle has been formed. So if you add up these angles, 90 plus 30, that is 120, and subtract this angle from 180 degree, it will be 60. Means 180 minus 120 is 60 degrees. So measure of y is 60 degree. Measure of y is 60 degree. Now here we can see the one more angle, that is z. Now children, as we can see, as we have considered this particular angle as this particular figure as a parallelogram. So if you slightly rotate your copy, you can see that if this side and this sides are parallel, if this side and this side is parallel, so of course they are parallel, because I have considered it as to be a parallelogram, and we know the property from parallelogram is opposite side of parallelograms are always parallel and equal. So naturally these two sides are coming parallel, and this is the diagonal here which I have drawn over here right now. Right now we can see, so here this angle y and this z, y and z are alternate interior angles. If you could recall, which we have done in class 7, that this angle and this angle, they are alternate interior angles, y and z. So the measure of y I got, that is 60. So the measure of z will be of course 60 degree only. The measure of y and z, they are 60 and 60, because they are alternate interior angles, and this is a parallel lines. So children, here we got all the measures of measures of all the angles over here. So now, in the second figure, which we can see that here is one more parallelogram, and the measure of y is unknown, x is unknown. So children, as we know from the property of parallelogram, that opposite angles of a parallelogram are of equal measures. So if it is 112, y must be 112, because opposite angles are of equal measures. Now, as we can see that here is 112, y is 112. So now children, as we know that adjacent angles of a parallelogram always makes 180 degree. Adjacent angles, the sum of adjacent angles always makes 180 degree. So this particular angle should be how much? 180 minus 112, that is, or we can go through some more easier process. We can go through more easier process, like I got y as 112. This angle is 40. So here we can see a triangle. If you want to get the value of x, if you want to find the value of x, just add 112 and 40 and subtract it from subtract it from 180 degree. We will get the measure of x. I'm going to repeat my word once again. So here is the triangle. So measure of y is 112 degree. If you want to get the measure of x, simply add 112 with 40, that is 152, and subtract it from 180 degree. Subtract from 180 degree. So 180 minus 180 minus 152, that is it, 28 degree. So the measure of x will be 28 degree. Now one more question, as we can see over here, that is here is one more parallelogram. Children, I have to find the measure of x, y and z. I have to get the value of x, y and z. This is x, this is y, and this is z. If it is 80, z, the measure of z must be 80, because here is a parallelogram and this side are parallel, and it's a common transversal. This is a common transversal. This line and this side and this sides are parallel. It's a common transversal. So the measure of this angle is 80. Measure of z will be 80 degree, because they are corresponding angles. Because they are corresponding angles, and this is a common transversal, z must be 80 degree only. Now, if this angle is 80, the measure of y must be 80, because they are opposite angles, and opposite angles of a parallelogram are always equal. So y, I'm gonna write 80 degree. Now, as we can see, this side and this sides are parallel, and it's a common transversal. This side and this side is parallel, it's a common transversal. If the measure of y is 80 degree, x will be how much? X will be 100, because the measure of y and x, their sum is going to be 180 degree, because they are co-interior angles on the same side of transversal. They are co-interior angles, x and y, they are co-interior angles on the same side of transversal. So that is going to be the sum must be 180 degree. So children, this way we can find the measure of this unknown angles of following parallelograms. Here one thing we have to remember that this, before we find the value of x, y, z, this and that, whatever the unknown angles are mentioned, we have to consider such figures as a parallelogram first. We have to consider these figures as parallelogram. Now, apart from this, if you look at this question number 3, can ABCD be a parallelogram? Conditions are given. Angle DB is equal to 180 degree. Acha. AB is equal to DC. Acha, children, let me draw a figure first. ABCD. 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 Now, condition is angle D and angle B. Angle D plus angle B is equal to 180 degree. Okay, alright. Next, AB equal to DC. AB equal to DC. 8 centimeter. 8 centimeter. This is 8 centimeter. AD equal to 4 centimeter. And BC is equal to 4.4. BC is equal to 4.4 centimeter. Acha. Children, there are some conditions which we have to understand first. Here are some conditions given. First of all, as we know that in a parallelogram, opposite sides must be parallel and equal. So here AB is 8 centimeter, CD is 8 centimeter. That is okay. But AD is 4 centimeter, BC is 4.4. That is not possible. Because if BC measures 4.4 and AD measures 4 centimeter, that's never gonna construct a parallelogram at all. That can never form a parallelogram at all. Opposite side must be equal. That's one condition. Acha, next they have said that angle A is 70 and C is 65. If angle A is 70, C is 65, in that condition, this parallelogram cannot be constructed, because we know that in parallelograms, opposite angles must be equal. Opposite angles must be equal, so it's not going to form a parallelogram at all. Now angle B and D, they are saying that D and B is equal to 180. Possible in some rare cases, like parallelograms like a rectangle or a square. In such special cases, opposite angles, their sums can be 180 degree, but it's not applicable for every parallelograms. It is only for few parallelograms in which where all the angles are measuring 90 degree, especially for those cases, for special parallelograms like rectangle and square, not for every parallelogram. So angle D and angle B can be possible in some cases, but other two conditions which were given in question number 3, that is not possible. Next, children, question number 4 is said that we have to construct which is not a parallelogram, but has two opposite angles of equal measures. Not a parallelogram, but has opposite angles of equal measures. Children, draw the shape of a kite. Kite is a quadrilateral in which is not a parallelogram, but has got one pair of equal angles. One pair of opposite equal angles. Only one pair. Here we can see only one pair of opposite angles are mentioned over here, which is not a parallelogram, which is a quadrilateral we can consider. But here, opposite sides, 4 sides are mentioned. Of course, is a quadrilateral, but only one pair of opposite angles are equal. This is the shape of a kite, which is the answer of question number 4. Next is two adjacent angles are in the ratio of 3:2. Children, whatever I am explaining, I want this questions to be solved on your copy and must be submitted today. Two adjacent angles are in the ratio of 3:2. Find the measure of which. Okay, it's very simple. One of the easiest question. In a parallelogram, two adjacent angles. Adjacent means it can be this and this, or this and that, or this and this, or this and that. Anything. Two adjacent angles. If you name them, it will be pretty easier for you. A, B, C, D. Adjacent angles are either A or D, or A or B, or B or C, or C or D. Your wish, whichever you want to take. Whatever you want to take, wherever you want to take. So the measures are 3:2. So children, 3:2 are not the real measures of this angle. These are given in the ratio. So I could consider C as 3x, B as 2x. If C is 3x, B is 2x, of course angle A is going to be 3x, B is going to be 2x, because we know that opposite angles are of equal measures. Now, the easy one, there are two ways to do. Either you can add all 4 angles equal to 360. In that way you can find the value of x. Or this side and this side are parallel. It's a common transversal. So naturally these two angles are co-interior angles on the same side of transversal. So as we know that in case of co-interior angles on the same side of transversal, the sum must give 180 degrees. So that is what I'm gonna write over here right now. 3x plus 2x is equal to 180. 5x equal to 180. X equal to 180 by 5. The value of x is 36. Then therefore 3x is equal to 36 into 3, 108. 2x equal to 36 into 2, 72. I got the measure of these angles. Children, this way we have to solve such questions. I believe that you are going to try out all this very nicely, and we will go slowly, no problem. We will complete this understanding quadrilaterals very nicely, and it will take little time. Do the things very nicely, take your time, solve these things very nicely, and go for revisions as well. Till then, thank you, children.